93.3. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue.
Flex. Buckle up and join the best. Let's see, relieve your stress. So yes, let the music soothe your soul and keep it going just to refresh. Buckle and enjoy the ride from 2 to the half of the 5. Mondays to Fridays happening live. Where we gon' have a ball, you can text your guys. Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. Are you ready for the Traffic Avenue? Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. An applause for the Traffic Avenue.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, Traffic Avenue, oh
Buckle up and join the best. Let's see, relieve your stress. So yes, let the music soothe your soul and keep it going just to refresh. Buckle and enjoy the ride from 2 to the half of the 5. Mondays to Fridays happening live. Where we gon' have a ball, you can text your guys. Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. Are you ready for the Traffic Avenue? Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. An applause for the Traffic Avenue.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News. It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu, and tonight I'm here with
Eno Safo.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, all set for the Kumawu by-election, where an independent candidate is tipped to cause an upset. We'll be live in the township for an update ahead of the election. Also coming up.
From the very first time they disconnected us, we lost a baby. And the second time, we lost another. We currently have 3 at the NICU, and the babies are in critical condition.
NEDSCO's disconnection of defaulting customers appears to have caused the loss of 2 lives. That's a claim by the St. Anne's Hospital in the Savannah region. And later on Eyewitness News.
Indeed, our return to the IMF, cap in hand, has made our Ghana Beyond Aid policy the butt of jokes amongst many commentators in the world. It will take a resolute and committed political will to determine our own economic destiny. It will further require the ability to determine our own economic policies, make decisions.
Former President John Dramani Mahama on the Akufo-Addo government's U-turn to the IMF. Still 97.3 CTFM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
financial analyst attributes increase in mobile money transactions to reduction in electronic levy charge from 1.5 to 1%.
That's in 50 minutes from Netili Neti of the City Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations across the globe. We're on citynewsroom.com. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are interactive. Join us on WhatsApp 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. You can also send tweets using the hashtag City Newsroom. Tweet at Umaru Sanda or at City973. And the world here, what do you think? We are live across Ghana on a number of affiliates, including Adrianpa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrady. In the Bono region, we are on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In Ashanti on Adrianpa 99.9 FM in Nkawie. In the Volta region on Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohwe. Freedom 88.1 FM in Sugakopa. In the northern region on Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. In the upper east region on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. In the northeast region on Nobia FM 98.1 in Nale Rigu. This is Eyewitness News broadcasting from Adabraka in Accra. My name is Umar Rusanda. I'm here with Eno Safo, and we are bringing you Eyewitness News. Let's settle for details of our stories now. The sudden death of the Member of Parliament for Kumawu, Philip Baswa, has necessitated a by-election in that constituency in the Ashanti region. Over the weekend, the two main parties in the country converged on the constituency with rallies to conclude their campaigns that they've been carrying out for weeks now, asking for constituents there to choose their member as the MP for the area. The MPP was there to rally support for its candidate, so was the NDC there also to rally support for its candidate. Evans Nemaku is Director of Elections for the New Patriotic Party. Mr. Nemaku, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you for having me.
Tomorrow is a big election, or is it not even big? Why are you so bothered about a small by-election in your backyard?
Thank you very much. What I would say is that for us as New Patriotic Party, yes, there is a by-election as a result of what you said, the demise of our brother, Honorable Baswa. Definitely, the constituency will need a member of parliament to replace him. And for us, Kumawu is our stronghold. It's a constituency that has always voted the New Patriotic Party. There's nothing new. For us, what is remarkable is that last Saturday, we made with the family to pay the last respect to our brother, and we hope that he's received by the Almighty. What we are looking for again is that the Kumawu people will replace him with another MPP person to help the government initiate legislation that will develop Ghana. But for our colleagues, they know. I mean, if you look at the results, there's nothing to show. It is impossible that the NDC will ever anticipate that they are in here to win the seat. And so we are only here to make sure that by the close of day tomorrow, the New Patriotic Party candidate, Ernest Yawenim, will be declared winner, and all other things will then follow.
Okay, so for you, you believe it's a continuum. You're going to just continue with the seat because traditionally it's been yours. What is there to show? For listeners and people who live in Kumawu, why should they keep voting for you? Simply because it's a stronghold of the MPP?
No, I mean, yes, but the people have seen what the New Patriotic Party government has been doing for the country and the constituency. And that gives me the convincing position that they are again going to vote for the party. And they know that since the New Patriotic Party assumed power from the 2017, a lot of inroads have been made in the country and in the constituency as well. So definitely, they've also once seen the nature and the attitude of the NDC when they were in government in terms of development. So they've compared the two. And I will not be surprised that they will retain the New Patriotic Party. And I've said it. In 1996, they voted the New Patriotic Party. They have since. And if you check the results, in 2020, their parliamentary candidate as well as the presidential candidate with, very small amount of votes. And so, as I'm saying, It's not that because Kumawu is an MPP stronghold, but it's because the people are convinced that this is our own and this is the party that will ensure our development. And so that's what is happening here.
The past few weeks, you have been busy resurfacing the roads there, putting bitumen and asphalt on some of them. The residents say they worry that after tomorrow, you're going to abandon them like you have abandoned them the last 4 years, only to resurface because of the by-election. If you really had done anything good for them, you wouldn't have been at the 11th hour frantically fixing their roads, would you? And again, they are not even sure that you're going to continue to do that work after tomorrow's election. What's your response to that?
Well, I mean, this would definitely be the NDC's language.
It was not the NDC's language. It was the residents of Kumawu who spoke to a reporter in the Ashanti region who said what I've just said to you.
So please, if you want to do more voice properly, let's get it done. But I've been here, and it's not only roads. The people have seen a lot, so it's not only about the roads. And if you're talking of roads, I mean, you realize that it's not only in the Kumawu constituency that is seeing roads being constructed and all over. So I'll be surprised. I'm convinced that this is the NDC's language because I've seen them around. And if you approach me and I tell your reporter that I'm a supporter of NDC and this is my position, there's nothing to evaluate whether what I'm telling you is the truth.
Whether or not you're NDC, if you live in that constituency, you notice all of a sudden heavy equipment have arrived and they are fixing your road just because there's a by-election. You don't need to be blue or green to see that. It is an obvious fact, isn't it? Did you not just recently send contractors to go and resurface the roads?
If you've heard before the MP passed, Honorable Baswa himself, Honorable Nana Efie Ayu of Efidasia Sokore had even done press conference to inform their constituents that the road from Jabin to Kumawu's enclave have been awarded. And I've heard the Minister of Roads telling the whole of Ghana that they've gotten PPA approval of the construction of the road. It just happened coincidentally that the MP passed. My brother, I don't want us to use this platform to be arguing the NDC's position. What is critical is that the people of Kumawu are ready to vote for the MPP candidate Ernest Yawenim tomorrow, and that is key. And I'll be surprised that the constituents in the Efidiasa, Sokore, and Kumawu will be treated this way, that because the honorable MP passed, we are quickly fixing roads. I don't think that is the case. And so I want us to move from that angle. You know that definitely family has been hurt because of the death of the MP. And we are still grieving, and I don't want us to be going into that angle. What is important is that the constituent is ready to vote for the MPP candidate.
You have said that it is a constituency you are comfortable with if it comes to the NDC, both at the presidential and parliamentary level. The NDC did not do that well in the last general election. There's someone else, though, who did so well. It's called Kwekudria. He's an independent candidate who challenged your candidate the last time. Now, there are indications he may well win tomorrow's elections, and that you as a party, when you notice that he's going to win the election, you Nicodemously introduced another independent candidate bearing the same Kwekudria with an intent to divide the votes between the independent candidates to make your candidate go through. Have you heard this?
Well, I mean, this could be a hypothesis that could be thrown into the system, but I beg to differ. Parliamentary elections could be won by 3 votes, by 2 votes, and in the 2020 elections, Honorable Baswa won with over 3,000 votes. The president won in as many as 70 of the 75 polling stations. So what are you telling me? It's that if the other independent candidates feel that he did so well in 2020 elections but could still not beat Honorable Baswa, he thinks that in this by-election you'll be able to win. He should just go ahead and do his campaign, and We have been combing through all the communities in Kumawu, and you will not see them anywhere. And so if at the end of tomorrow, the EC announces the results and the NX Jawanim emerges as the winner, and you keep on crying, I mean, then you've not done any good to yourself. So, my brother, what I'll say is that we've been here, having paid the last respect to our brother. We are also looking at getting our people on the register to go out tomorrow and vote in their numbers. And you will see the outcome tomorrow.
Did you have a hand in the emergence of a new independent candidate bearing the same name as the other independent candidate?
The new Patriotic Party submitted NS Jawanim after he won our primary that we conducted. And he was the one we submitted to the Election Commission.
You do not see...
We didn't know that even NDC was not going to repeat their 2020 candidate. They brought in a new person. The person who contested in 2020 as an independent candidate, decided to contest again. Another person has also come to contest. It is not for me, Patriotic Party, to ask why is this person putting himself out there in the contest. Our business is to make sure that our candidates will win the election. And that's what we are appealing to the good people of Kumawu to turn out tomorrow in their numbers and vote for the new Patriotic Party and the NSCLM.
The second Kweku Dua in the contest is not known to your party, is he?
I've never cited him anywhere. So when we submitted our candidate to the EC, the only letter signed by the General Secretary telling the EC that our candidate we are sponsoring is NSCLM was what we submitted to the EC. All other things, I mean, around this time where people know definitely they will lose, they come out with a lot of hypotheses for people to, worry their heads off. And I'm not in the business of that.
This Kweku Dua who ran as independent in 2020, was he previously a member of your party?
He has never been a member, but I saw last week that when the NDC presidential candidate, Mr. Mahama, was in the constituency, they had a meeting and there are pictures going around. Except that maybe it's a picture that has been framed and not the reality. And so if he has been a member of the party, it would have shown. He never participated in any of our primaries. He's not a card-bearer member of the party. And he is a citizen of the constituency and of Kumawu. And so he qualifies to contest as he did in 2020.
Mr. Director of Research, I'm receiving a contrary information that this Kweku Dua gentleman was appointed District Chief Executive by President Akufo-Addo in the first term. He served as DCE for Kumawu, and he contested Philip Baswa in the primaries of the party. He was disqualified, and then he decided to go as an independent candidate. How do you not know that this gentleman was a member of your party if he has all these credits to his name?
I'll be surprised about this data. I don't know your source. That he was appointed by Akufo-Addo as DCE of Kumawu constituency?
Yes.
Who is telling you that?
That's information I have just picked up.
Please discard it.
All right. I'll try and get you the details. If you could kindly indulge me and stay on the line for me. I want to go on the other line and speak to your colleague on the NDC side, if you don't mind.
I wouldn't mind.
Thank you so much. So please be on the line for me. That's Evans Nemaku, who is Director of Elections of the NPP. Let me speak to George Opariado. He's former DCE and National Youth Organizer of the NDC. Pablo, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Omaro. How are you doing?
I'm well. How is the NDC looking in Kumawu? Are you just going to fight for the sake of fighting, or you're very sure you'll win?
Omaro, tomorrow there will be a surprise in Kumawu, and I can bet my last penny on it. But after 5 p.m., when polls closes, there will be a new member of parliament for Kumawu, and it will not be from the NPP, but most likely from the National Democratic Congress.
What makes you so confident?
The constituents, their anger, the way they speak and talk about the NPP and how disappointed they are in this government and how they feel this government has failed them. And the manner in which the NPP is going about splashing money, right from the chief of staff, the vice president, meeting teachers, throwing money at them.
Pablo, hold on.
I'm not speculating. I'm in a contemplation.
Yes, but
the chief of staff met teachers. The vice president met.
Hold on. No, let's take it one at a time.
All these meetings, monies were dished out.
Just hold on. So chief of staff met teachers at what program? Teachers Day Awards or something?
Not teachers. They organized teachers to come and meet with the chief of staff.
Where did they have the meeting?
Kumawu.
Which part
right
of
Kumawu?
Which part?
In Kumawu proper. Kumawu is the town in the constituency.
Is there a specific venue that they met at?
Omaro, you can find out.
No. I cannot find out. You are the one making the claim. So I just no problem. I am not challenging you. I just no. You see, you are.
I'm telling you that you met teachers.
Pablo. Pablo, please relax. We're not fighting. You've made a statement. You are a lawyer. I just want you to give all the evidence to support your claim, and we can proceed.
And I am telling you that you met teachers.
Yes. So where exactly in Kumawu?
There was a venue in Kumawu. I am naturally not a resident of Kumawu.
So you don't know the venue.
Tell you where exactly they met.
And the money was given for what purpose?
For what purpose, Omar?
Yeah, he's meeting. You said she met teachers. How many teachers are in Kumawu?
Oh, you know what they did? They met teachers from various schools. So they asked their circuit supervisors to organize them to a meeting. And when they were leaving, everybody was given 200 Ghana cedis each.
What was a meeting for?
To interact with them and tell them to support the NPP.
But why teachers? How many teachers could there be in a district? You have been a district chief executive before. How many teachers were in your district at the time you were?
Teachers are critical when it comes to elections. You know why?
Teachers of which level? Are they senior high school teachers, junior high school level?
From teachers in every district.
And they teach youngsters who are not even registered voters, right?
No. It's not about voters. It's about the role they play as electoral officers.
Oh, so you are okay. So you're dealing with them as electoral officers.
No, he didn't meet them he met them as teachers. There are so many ways of corrupting the system.
No.
There are so many ways of corrupting the
system. And I'm saying this using your claim.
Them sharing right. Tonight,
no.
You see the cars, they are moving into the constituency.
Do you have any video? Do you have any video evidence of these teachers collecting money, meeting?
Omar, I'm telling you that some members from my party who are teachers attended the meeting.
Did they take any photo or video evidence to prove this?
Omar. When you meet people,
no. Do you have it? Do you have any evidence that Pablo? If you stood in the court tomorrow, if you stood in the court tomorrow and asked to produce evidence, can you produce any evidence?
Of course, yes. There are witnesses, people who were there.
Can you name like 3 witnesses?
Omar, I'm telling you that my constituency secretary for Kumawu was in the meeting.
And he's a teacher.
Of course, yes.
He teaches where?
Omar, let me leave that information out. This is a very vindictive government. I'm telling you that.
No, but your constituency secretary is a public person. If the government needs him, they'll easily find him.
Omar, I am telling you that they have met teachers and dished out money to them.
Okay, I'm going to say that what you have just said, we cannot authenticate it, so I consider it expunged.
I stand by it.
No problem. You can stand by it, but I can't prove it here. So I'm just saying that. No problem.
Have you seen videos of the NPP sharing rice and other things to constituents?
They are
so desperate.
No,
You've not seen the videos on social media.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, when we are done, I'll send one to your phone.
Okay.
So that you can also see those videos for yourself.
And these are NPP people doing the distribution of money and rice.
This morning, I was with one of their organizers on one of the red TV stations. He admitted that the guy said he got it wrong. He decided to go out on his own to go and share the rice. And I'm like, my brother, don't tell us the story. Nobody on his own will go out unless there is an order coming from the structure. You cannot go on your own and say you are giving out rice to people when your party has not sanctioned it. So you cannot say that to me. Omar, you come and see the opulence in Kumawu. Yesterday, they passed people from all over Ashanti region. And everybody who was passed was given some form of stipend. And when you speak to them, they tell you that this economy is as far as the only way to look for some of the money they are sharing. Come and see the opulence in Kumawu. Come and see how they are trading money and splashing money all over. I believe you have reporters on the ground, and they can authenticate some of these things I'm telling you. You know the kind of politics I do. I am not one who comes to speculate. If I don't have you could count over 200 land cruisers. Over 200 land cruisers.
That's understandable. Some of them could belong to former President John Mahama, who was also in town for the funeral of the late MP, isn't it?
President Mahama did not attend the funeral.
Oh, he was not there.
He was in town on Friday. He paid a courtesy call on the family of the late MP. And then he left.
And his delegation, everybody left.
And President Mahama's delegation does not come with more than 6 land cruisers.
Yeah, so
it is not even up to 5.
6 out of 200. I'm just trying to do the math.
No, but I'm telling you,
the president was in town.
The president has been in Kumawu for 2 days.
Yes, there's a funeral. There was a rally. You both did your last rally yesterday, didn't you?
The NDC did not have a rally. We had a community engagement.
Oh, okay. Attended by about how many people?
Oh, we did it in various communities. So we segregated a constituency. They have 25 electoral areas, but we work in 3 zones. So we zoned it into 3, and then so there were teams. The general secretary led one team, the national chairman led one team, the national organizer led one team, the candidate, and then the minority leader led one team, and then myself and the regional chairman also led one team. So we engaged them in their communities. We didn't do any big rally.
All right. So beyond the opulence that you allege, what else would make it for you? Or what else do you think is going to be the reason that the people of Kumawu would vote? Because mind you, the vote last time you obtained as a party, both for presidential and parliamentary, was paltry. How assured are you that this time around you're going to do better?
Oh, from all indications, it looks like there's going to be a major change in Kumawu tomorrow. You see, it is how this government has treated the issue of development. And the people, for the first time, are telling us that almost every major developmental project they have in Kumawu can be credited to the NDC. And how projects were abandoned, and all of a sudden, the NDC has found its feet, and then it's going up and down, constructing roads overnight. Now the hospital that was abandoned, with all the many talks about abandoned hospitals, all of a sudden the hospital has been commissioned yesterday. And the claim is at 85% complete, but it's in commission because there is a by-election. You know what happened yesterday? Young men in Kumawu stood in front of the president, right in front of cameras, challenging that if not for this by-election, was he ever going to step foot in Kumawu? Yesterday, before the rally, the young men in Kumawu were chanting that we know why you are here. You're only here because of vote. If not for this by-election, you would have never come here. We also saw how you treated Honorable Baswa. We saw how you treated him by throwing him out during the district assembly election during the election of the PC, and many other things. And so I am surprised that all of a sudden the NPP think they can come into Kumawu and win the seat. And I heard you speak about the issue of the independent candidate. Kwekudia is from the NPP. Kwekudia asked the NPP to allow him to go unopposed, and then they said no. Kwekudia is no stranger to the NPP. So they know very well. And most of the people who are following Kwekudia and are still following him are leading members of the NPP in the Kumawu constituency. So Kwekudia is no stranger to NPP politics. And okay. I don't know how they manage, because Kwekudia never met President Mahama anywhere. But I've seen them circulating, because they want to portray him as an NDC candidate. Kwekudia is not from the NDC. The NDC has only one candidate on the ticket, and he's number 2 on the ballot. And his name is Kwesi Amankwa. Most people call him Tom C. And we believe that by the close of polls tomorrow, Kwesi Amankwa should be elected the next member of parliament for the Kumawu constituency.
We are told this independent candidate is a very good one in terms of winning votes, and that he did so well in 2020. The records show that. Are you not worried that he may end up being the winner tomorrow?
In 2020, we presented a candidate who was not too strong, and we got our candidate very late. The good news is that our candidate, Kwesi Amankwa, has been working for the last 1 year in the constituency. He had plans of contesting the constituency primaries. So he started some initiatives within the constituency, and we believe that it is one of the things he set out was the Kumawu homecoming for citizens of Kumawu. And that has resonated well with the young people. And he's also useful. He's been able to convince the young people to follow him. So most of the people who followed the independent candidates in the last election have abandoned ship and today are following Kwesi Amankwa. And that gives us a lot of hope. He's somebody, he comes from all the 2 major towns in the constituency. He's from Kumawu proper and he's from Bodomase. And so we believe that his influence in Kumawu will inure to him. The other flip side of it is that the MPP candidate is also from Bodomase. So we are very hopeful that the 2 of them will split the Bodomase vote. And then our candidate we'll use Kumawu to edge out the NPP for him to be able to annex the seats.
Thank you so much. We wish you all the best tomorrow.
Thank you, too.
That's George Opariado, National Youth Organizer of the NDC. Let me return to Evans Nimaku, Director of Elections of the NPP. Evans, there's a claim that he has just made there that your party is in the constituency buying votes, literally. I've tried to ask him to give some evidence. He said there's evidence on social media, video evidence of your members sharing rights. He's also made a claim that the Chief of Staff met with some teachers and a number of other issues. I believe maybe you would have heard this somewhere else before tonight. If you haven't, what's your response to it?
Well, thank you. I'm happy that the extent to which you interrogated him, he was not able to provide any evidence. You therefore decided to take the position that you do not support what he's saying. If you had given him a little more chance, he was going to tell you that we are even constructing overhead in Kumawu so we win. I mean, if Chief of Staff is in town and needs opinion leaders, would that amount to any illegality? I don't think so. To the extent that you push him, he could still not give you cogent evidence to support what he's talking about. For me, they are camped at Bodomase as we speak. That is where the NDC camped. Yesterday, they conducted their rally at Oyoko. He's telling you they did not do anything of that sort. That's for us. We've consulted all the opinion leaders in Kumawu. Our campaign teams are in all polling stations. We are in zone, and we are talking to serious people who appreciate where we are as a country and where the constituency is. I think what they've seen, they have confidence in their party that it is only the New Patriotic Party who will bring legislation that will transform Ghana's development. And that's what they are bound to do. So the NDC can continue with their antics of propaganda. It will serve them no good. I've sent you a picture of Kwekubia and Mr. Mahama, unless they will tell you that that picture does not represent a meeting between Mr. John Mahama and Mr. Kwekubia. And he's saying that he belongs to us. We will not impose candidates. And so when the vacancy occurred, the New Patriotic Party conducted primary. 7 people put down their names, 5 went into the contest, and then their name emerged as the winner. We submitted him to the EC. Tomorrow, God willing, the constituency will vote massively for Ernest Yawenim.
Okay.
You will not be started by these cunning ways of the NDC, which doesn't give any support.
Okay. Mr. Neko, so over the past few minutes while I was engaging Pablo, I had said to you earlier that Kwekudia was a member of your party, a former DCE. Have you got any information to corroborate what I have said, or you still stand by the fact that he's never a member of your party? Because now you're even introducing a meeting with John Mahama.
You said that he was appointed by Nana Addo Kufuor as a DCE.
Yes, I have just been...
The current DC has been DC in the previous...
In fact, I have just been told it was a DC appointee under John Ejekum Kufuor, and that is a member of your party. But you know what we'll do? I think it is appropriate to just hear from the man himself, so that if I am wrong, I apologize. And if you are wrong, then you also just apologize. So
my brother,
I actually have him on the line. So if you don't mind, I could speak to him.
No, let me come in, then he can come in. I don't mind, please.
Okay, go ahead.
In President Kufuor's tenure, Mr. the PPP man, Dr. What's his name? PPP presidential candidate.
Dr. Papa Kwesindo.
Member, cabinet minister of the government.
Oh, no, okay. No, that's fine. I know how these things work. So I'm just saying that. So you are sure that he's not a member of the party? I just wanted to ask him. So let's not debate this. If I'm wrong, I will happily apologize.
I said anywhere. I said that he never contested any primaries of the New Patriotic Party.
Okay. No problem. I agree with you. So kindly stay with me if you don't mind. Mr. Kwekudia, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, sir.
This is City FM. My name is Umaru Sanda Amado. How is the election coming tomorrow? Are you winning?
Absolutely. We are winning hands down.
Okay, before we get to that, I have a few things I just wanted to clarify with you before we proceed to how confident you are of victory tomorrow. What's your political track record in the Kumawu area?
If you say political track record, meaning
what have you done in
political affiliation?
Yeah,
or what?
okay, so political affiliation and things you've done in terms of political power in the past.
Oh, I'm not. First of all, thank you for having me on your program. I am a card-bearing member, or I have been a card-bearing member of NPP. And politics was not part of like my ambition. No.
Since when have you been a card-bearing member of the party, NPP?
Since President Kufuor's time.
So what, 2001, 2007, which year?
Yeah, thereabout.
No, that's a longer, between 2001, 2007. So do you remember which year, which period you got your card, party card?
Oh, I can't remember. But I know Sir John is the one who signed this report coming to me.
Sir John was not Kufuor's time. Sir John was way later. So under Kufuor was Nana Ohinin too, and then later on, Sir John came in later. Fine.
Yes,
if you don't remember, do you remember which of the party offices you picked your card from?
From Kumawu.
Kumawu. Do you remember who your party secretary in the constituency was at the time, or the chairman?
The party secretary. What was his name? I still have my card though.
You still have it?
I don't remember who. No, I have it. I still have it.
So do you pay? When was the last time you paid party dues, NPP party dues?
The thing is, my cousin works in the office, and I gave him my money, and he's paid in full. Okay, he's paid in full, like the whole year. I pay my dues.
So when was the last time you paid? Do you remember?
Until when they said that, at a point they said we shouldn't pay dues because it was deducted from one of those, I think, one of the phone companies. I don't really remember very well, but my card was with my brother, my cousin, and he always took care of all those bills.
Have you ever been?
But other bills that I have to pay in the.
Okay. Have you ever been a DCE for the area?
No, I've not.
Any relative of yours ever been a DCE?
No.
Okay. Have you contested the MPP primaries before?
No, never.
2020, you did not contest?
No.
Have you ever been disqualified from contesting the MPP primaries?
No, never. I never picked up forms to contest in the first place.
And
even 2020, when I came, I was not even following this thing too much. I usually come, I go to my farm, come home, and that's it. I knew there were 3 contestants: Ahunkalinzi, Lawyer Bano, Lawyer Osei, and Dr. Bano. Actually, I saw their posters, but I didn't even know them in person. I was not somebody who was interested in politics. That's what I want to set the record straight.
Just another point of clarification. Forgive me, we're trying to just clarify a number of things here. Are you the Kwekudria who is the last on the ballot paper, or you are the one who is the last but one on the ballot?
I'm the last but one, with the dove as a symbol.
Okay. Are you the one who contested as an independent candidate in 2020?
Yes.
What drove you to contest that election in 2020?
Yeah, okay. That's where I was coming to. The day after the primaries in 2020.
Which primaries?
I was, what do you call it? MPP primaries in Kumawu. The day after the primaries, the youth of the town, about 35 of them, they came to me asking me to contest the incumbent as independent. Other than that, they were going to vote skirt and bust. And I told them, no, that's not the way to go. So basically, they were hoping that one of the contestants, either Lindsay or Lawyer Osei or Dr. Bano, would have emerged as a winner. But because they split the votes, the incumbent was able to beat them. And that's how these youth came to me and asked me to contest the incumbent as independent. That's how it all started.
And you agreed to do it?
Yes, I did.
So you went against Philip Basua?
Yes.
At the time, you were a member of the MPP?
Yes, I was, yes.
When you went independent, did the party take any action against you?
Well, I don't know. Officially, nobody sent me an official notification that you've been disqualified or that. So I cannot say if they took action against me. But immediately after the 2020 election, they asked me to get involved with the party activity. I mean, an official asked me to get involved with the party activity.
Okay. Now, currently, do you consider yourself a member of the MPP or a member of the NDC?
Come again, please.
Do you currently consider yourself an MPP member or an NDC member?
No, I'm an independent candidate.
Do you have any affiliation to any of the two parties?
Right now, I am independent.
Okay.
So Evans, I don't have any affiliation with any of the parties now.
Evans Nimaku, who is director of the MPP, has just sent me a photograph, in which photograph I see you on the left and former President John Mahama. No, you are on the right and former President John Mahama on the left.
Disregard that. It's a crap. It's doctored. It never happened nowhere. So disregard that. Don't pay no credit. Don't give no credence to that.
You have not had any meeting with...
There are two of them circulating. Somebody sent it to me. It's laughable. Look at the pictures very well.
Have you met former President Mahama before?
No. I mean, yes, in New York.
New York? When was that?
I don't remember the year, but
was
he was then the president. I think, yes.
Okay. So please be on the line for me in a minute. I just wanted to clarify something with Evans, and then I'll come back to you. So if you don't mind, kindly stay on the line. Mr. Nimaku, so one thing, I have to withdraw the earlier information I put out that he was a DC either under Akufo-Addo or under John Kufuor. He has just said he has never been DC for that area. And so I apologize again to my listeners and to yourself and to everybody listening. But he has also said that he was a card-bearing member of the NPP, and that the photo you've sent me is a doctored one, and that he has met former president once, but that was in New York, not in Ghana, and it has nothing to do with this election. What do you say to these things so that I can dispatch you?
Well, I mean, if he's telling us the picture it should be disregarded, I don't have anything against it. But what I'm saying is that, Kumawu, for us as New Patriotic Party, we are conducting very campaign in the constituency. We've consulted opinion leaders, influencers, with touch-based, with state-based organizations, with party people, and we've campaigned across polling stations. We are expecting that tomorrow our candidate will be given the nod.
Is it the issue about his membership of your party or the NDC, which you have said?
Yes. So I said that I have seen picture of him and Mr. Mahama. I said to you, and he's saying it never happened. I said let's discard it.
Okay, no, about his membership of your party. Is that
membership of our party? You are even able to give him account of our general secretary of the past. He tells you he took his card in Kumawu constituency. He's unable to tell you the constituency secretary from whom he picked the card. Payment of his party dues, he's not able to tell you. I, as a candidate, do not have any record in our database that Mr. Kofubia is a member of the New Patriotic Party. And I said that he never contested any primaries in our party. We never saw him. We've not seen him as part of us in all our processes in the Kumawu constituency.
Fair enough.
So for those who have shown interest, anytime the party had opened nomination, they have put in their nomination. And I've not seen him from Mr. Kofubia. But I'm surprised that the NDC I don't have any problem with you. All I'm saying is that
no, Evans, nobody's hearing him on air, so just submit. In fact, Mr. Dia, you are off air, so kindly let's listen to Evans.
I'm sorry. No, please.
Mr. Dia, kindly listen to Evans. You are not on air. It's Evans Nimaku who is on air. So Evans, kindly wrap up so that I can go back to Mr. Dia.
Yeah. So my brother, what I'm saying is that we wish Mr. Kwekudia very well, but we know definitely the people of Kumawu are ready to vote for Ernest Yapenim, who is being sponsored by the New Patriotic Party.
Okay. Thank you.
The consultations we've done in the constituency gives me hope that tomorrow the victory will be that of the New Patriotic Party. We've done clean campaign, we've observed all the rules, we've complied with the rules and regulations by the Electoral Commission, and we'll win the elections come tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. That's Evans Nimaku, who is Director of Elections of the NPP. Mr. Kwekudia, just to iron out a few things, people are sending me messages saying that you are the fake Kwekudia, and again, you've just heard Evans there. The fact that you can't even remember who your party general secretary was at the time you picked your party card, that sounds a bit suspicious. You can't even name for me who your chairman for the constituency was or general secretary for the constituency was. And you can't even prove that you've paid dues. You said you paid through your brother. Can we really trust you that you were once an NPP member?
I know you can trust me. And ask all those people from, I mean, who is saying this? Is it this same Numaku who came up with the doctored picture of me and Mahama or what? Whatever it is, why don't they please leave me alone to contest as independent as I want to be? Now, I mean, why are we taking this to? I'm an independent candidate. Whether I was a party member or not, leave that. That doesn't matter to me any longer. What matters now is the by-elections that we are going in. Tomorrow, God willing, we are voting. Let the people decide whom they want to send to the parliament. And then from then, we'll see. We'll take it from there.
Okay. Let's talk about the second Kwekudia in the picture. What do you make of his emergence, and do you know him?
Not until last week. I've never met him. But that is the work of Wuntumi.
What do you mean?
Yes, he was working by Wuntumi and the NPP party.
Chairman Wuntumi, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. Yes. Brought in how?
Because Wuntumi proclaims no one should give credence to an independent candidate. Now, on Wuntumi TV, they brought this guy for the first time and introduced him to the world. That is an independent. His name is Kwekudia. Wearing the same, not the same, but Kente, and even wearing the logo that I had been using in a skeleton form. But you could see that these are two, it's not identical, but almost the same.
There were two doves, one facing west, one facing east, I think. One was...
Exactly, yes. And the day that he was filing, the crew from Wuntumi TV followed him. The day that they came for the balloting, which unfortunately they didn't ballot for the independent candidate. The reason of which I don't know. The same crew followed him.
Okay, so media following a candidate that does not show affiliation or prove show that the party the media support or anyway. By in conclusion, so
do you think Wuntumi will host me at his Wuntumi TV?
Have you made a request? Have you made a request?
No, I don't even have the. Why should I make a request to be on that?
Maybe your twin brother did and he got a chance. You didn't.
Oh, okay, all right. Take it like that.
Do you buy the assertion that he sponsored to topple you because you did well in the last election and that you are a threat to the NPP?
That's what is at stake, yes.
But you don't think he's still
to bring in somebody to... I mean, look at all these things. Do you think they are all coincidence? Yes, he bears the name.
How are you convincing your voters, though, that Minamie original Kwekudia? How are you able to explain that? How? Because you are all wearing kente, you are all looking nice in the photo.
That's why I've been able to tell my followers that we are number 3. And the dove is our symbol. Okay, I petitioned the EC chairperson in Accra, and they changed his goal to something else. So I'm on number 3 on the ballot sheet with a dove as my symbol.
Wish you all the best and thank you for speaking to us, Farmer Kwekudia.
Thank you for having me.
That's one of the Kwekudias in the Kumawu by-elections of tomorrow. There's an NDC candidate, there's an MPP candidate, and then there is the contest of the Kwekudias, 2 independent Kwekudias, both wearing kente on the ballot paper. Both were using doves, and one is a fleshy dove, and then one is a skeletal dove. And I understand that upon a petition to the EC, the newest Kwekudia, who had a skeletal dove, has been made to change his symbol to, someone mentioned, a hoe. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 CTF. And whatever comes out of that election tomorrow, we'll be telling you who the Electoral Commission declares victor.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
For Pepsodent, smiles are one of the most important things we have. The problem is, globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Pepsodent, with maximum cavity protection, helps to prevent the formation of cavities. Pepsodent, because every smile matters. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa!
Bobo, so how's your engine now?
It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this.
Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that.
Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panza.
Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz?
No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer.
Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design?
It's superb.
Quartz 9000 from Total Energies DA improves fuel efficiency.
Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry.
Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
It's true that life can be complicated and navigating the realities of the modern world even more so. Sometimes you can find yourself in trouble just because you didn't know better. But as the adage goes, ignorance of the law is no excuse. A Question of Law seeks to deconstruct the legal framework within which our daily lives function. A Question of Law airs at 6 p.m. this and every Thursday, only on City TV.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home, where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back to Eyewitness News on 97.3 CTFM. Let's go to the St. Anne's Hospital in the Savannah region now. We're told that 2 persons have died as a result of the disconnection of power to the facility. Dr. Biadese Ahmed is head of communications and clinical coordination at the St. Anne's Hospital in Damongo. Doc, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you so much, Omar.
What happened?
Okay, so our hospital has been disconnected.
When was the disconnection done?
So it was done on two different occasions. The first time they disconnected us was 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, I would say. And then last week.
Last week, it was disconnected. And the
Yes.
consequence is that what? You said you lost 2 lives.
Yes, please. We lost 2 babies.
Give me the connection to the death.
Okay. So the first time they disconnected us, before they came and disconnected us, I think about 24 hours before the disconnection, we had we have 2 premature babies in incubator. And you know, these babies, per their physiology, per their makeup, they are unable to control their temperatures. So one of them, together with the other problems the child had, was also having severe anemia. So we couldn't control the temperature, and the blood to transfuse the child to we were unable to secure that because the blood bank was cut off. So that was the first time, and the second occasion.
So that led to the death of that child.
Invariably, that led to the death of that child. If we had power, and for that matter, to be able to power our incubator and warmers, the baby will not have run into such severe condition. You see.
Okay, and the second child.
So the second child was there were 3 babies, all of them with severe birth asphyxia, we call it. They were born, they were delivered out of difficult delivery. So these babies needed a lot of care. One of them, again, had to be transfused. This time around, the blood bank was cut off again. So as we're deliberating on how to get blood to transfuse this child, the child passed away. So we had to refer the rest of the babies to Tamale Teaching Hospital.
So again, you believe that the reason they died, this baby also died, was because of the power outage. Now, the bottom line to the power outage is that you have been collecting money from patients who come to you for services. You were supposed to also service NEDCO, which supplies you with power. And yet, according to NEDCO, you are indebted to the tune of 4 million cedis. So the disconnection is justified. In fact, there's been a national exercise carried out by the ECG down south and NEDCO up north. So you actually are the cause of the death, don't you think?
Well, it's not as simple as you put it, Mr. Omar. First of all, let me make a clarification here. So St. Anne's Hospital as a child facility, just like every other child facility, does not directly pay electricity bills to NEDCO, and they know it. So bills are paid through the Ministry of Health and Finance. They know that, they know. So when they came up to us asking us to make a deposit or to pay the huge sum of over 4 million Ghana cedis to settle our debt, we told them that we referred them that per the policies of the Ministry of Health, we are not the ones to pay light bills. It's the responsibility of the ministry through the Ministry of Finance. Indeed, they showed us a document, and that document showed that the last time we paid light bills was 2012. So now, as to why payment of light bills stalled from 2012, I'm unable to speak to that.
Okay.
But what we are aware is that we are not the ones to directly pay electricity bills to NEDCO.
Let me ask NEDCO, if you kindly indulge me and stay on the line. Let me speak to Maxwell Kotoka, is the communications manager of the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCO. Max, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. I was on your side that you had simply come to do your work, which you've been doing across the nation, about people who are indebted being disconnected. But it turns out you have gone to disconnect, or you have gone to punish the wrong person, and as a result, 2 lives have been lost. What do you say to that?
Thank you very much. Good evening to my colleague on the other end. And thank you for being on our side until you got justice. I know that at this point you are on the other side, that's fine. But on a more serious note, yes, we want to disconnect the hospital because we supply power to close hospital. Forgive me, Doc, I didn't get your name, so forgive me. But, Doc, I overheard say that we know that they don't pay the bills. With the greatest respect, I beg to differ. You see, I have an impression that as a child or organization, they don't have to pay. And that is a very erroneous impression for the basis of which I'm not too sure. There are other types of institutions we deal with. Some of them in the Bono region, others in the Bono East, everywhere. And they pay. They pay. When they have difficulties, they appreciate that we are the source of the power that they use. They need the power that is so critical to the success or lack thereof of the operation. And so when there are challenges, they engage us, they let us discuss the issue. Maybe so is supposed to pay for us, they haven't come. Can you please do this or that? That is what we expect.
Okay,
I heard you say that we owe 4 million. It is 4.8 million.
Oh, that makes it worse.
Before we came out, you will testify that we made a very public announcement of it, that we were coming, and we urged, I recall speaking to you, and other networks, that way, if you have a difficulty, let's talk. Make sure that you take advantage of the notice before we get there.
Mr. Kotoka, so are you saying that between 2012 till now, according to this hospital, they have not been paying bills? They expected the Ministry of Health to do that. Do you not have any arrangement where the ministry pays for facilities like the CHAG institution that we are dealing with now?
Well, I just told you that the other CHAG institutions pay.
So I'm saying that. So what I'm saying is that you are saying that the Ministry of Health has never paid for this particular hospital, has it?
Well, I'm not able to say never. What I am saying to you is that other CHAG institutions pay.
All other CHAG institutions, is it all of them? Is it all of them or some of them?
Nearly all of them. Off the top of my head, I can't tell whether I'm the only deporting one.
Is there, in your records, is there any health institution that gets its bills paid by the Ministry of Health?
My brother, can you please do me a favor?
Yes.
If you ask me a question, I believe you want an answer. That's why you ask the question.
Yes.
So respectfully, you give me space and time to answer the question.
Oh, I have given you space. I just want to know something.
You want me to tell you that hospital A, hospital B.
No, don't mention names. I'm just saying that St. Anne's claims that it is the Ministry of Health that pays their bills. You have said that other CHAG institutions pay their own bills. And I'm asking if there's any CHAG institution that gets its bills paid by the Ministry of Health. Then we can say at least there's 1 or 2 or 7. So it's possible that St. Anne's falls under that category. But if there's not a single one, then St. Anne's could be telling a lie. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I am not pleased with those details now as to who else health service pays for or ministry pays for. What I do know is that other church institutions pay their bills.
Moving forward now, they said they've lost 2 lives. Are you going to continue to disconnect them, or because they have appealed to a higher authority, which is the Ministry of Health, you're going to reconnect them while you work behind the scenes to solve this problem to ensure we don't lose more lives?
Well, Alan Hospital would testify that when we even came to disconnect, that disconnection was not our first line of action. It wasn't the first option for us. We wanted to engage and to get a very credible plan as to what they can do or what will be done about the continued indebtedness. And that didn't yield results. If there is a discussion around the table that addresses this critical concern of ours, why not? I must also put on record that the regional minister, as part of the engagement, made a certain pledge of at least mobilizing some 30,000 cities as some way of defraying the indebtedness. And rather, 30,000 out of 4.8 million, that's a very tiny drop in the ocean. But even at that, what our team has said is that let it come to the table, we will talk. So we are too ready, provided they are equally ready.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Maxwell Kotokai's Communications Manager of the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCO. Let me conclude with the communications, head of communications at the St. Anne's Hospital. Doc, what's the way forward now? Are you going to get the Ministry of Health to instruct the NEDCO to reconnect you because it is a ministry that is supposed to make this payment? Has there been any communication since this incident?
Okay, so Umaru, as we speak now, negotiations are going on for power to be restored, involving the higher authorities that are responsible and NEDCO. So we are praying and hoping by at least tomorrow, power will be restored.
Very well. Well, would that also include payment being made?
Yes, yes.
Who will be paying, your hospital or the ministry?
I'm unable to confirm whether payments will be made within that time frame I'm stating. But what I can confirm is that we really have high hopes that tomorrow power will be restored.
But have you also got any formal communication from the ministry saying yes, it is our mistake, we are going to fix it?
We are yet to get such a communication.
All right. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's Dr. Beadese Ahmed. He's head of communications and clinical coordinator at the St. Anne's Hospital in Damongo. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 CTF. Talking about Damongo, is the regional capital of the Savannah region, which also has Bole as one of the towns where John Mahama comes from. He's former president of the land, flag bearer of the NDC. He has been speaking on the campaign trail ahead of the Kumawu by-election and, of course, the main 2024 elections. He has said some things about the IMF program, which I'm going to leave you with now, and after which we'll be moving into the business desk with Netili Neti, and then we would not have point blank tonight. There's a game, so the City Sports team will take over. Let me leave you here now. Good night.
Modern era, viewed through the lens of viable, healthy, and beneficial interdependence and interrelatedness, must become the foundation for social growth and progress. And I may add, the quest for economic sovereignty must certainly go beyond the flowery and impactless speech about Ghana beyond aid. Indeed, our return to the IMF, cap in hand, has made our Ghana beyond aid policy the butt of jokes amongst many commentators in the world. It will take a resolute and committed political will to determine our own economic destiny. It will further require the ability to determine our own economic policies, make decisions that prioritize the well-being of our citizens, and create an environment conducive for the advancement of sustainable growth and development for job creation. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 year ago, top government officials, despite the deteriorating state of our economy, continued to maintain that all was well. Doctored fiscal and budget data by the Ministry of Finance and aided by the central bank painted an optimistic picture which was far from the actual reality. Government was in sync in unanimously dismissing and disassociating themselves from ever seeking an intervention from the IMF. We're told bluntly by the government that they were never going to go back to the IMF. And even 2 weeks before the decision was announced, government officials said we will not go to IMF today or tomorrow or as long as the MPP remains in government.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
For Pepsodent, smiles are one of the most important things we have. The problem is, globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Pepsodent, with maximum cavity protection, helps to prevent the formation of cavities. Pepsodent, because every smile matters. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Insightful, intriguing, intelligent, and informative. The City Breakfast Show offers an attractive alternative to the noisy mishmash of morning radio. Tune in to the City Breakfast Show for passionate discussions on issues that matter and enjoy interviews where duty bearers and decision makers have their feet held to the fire. The City Breakfast Show airs from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Monday to Friday on 97.3 City FM.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how's your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Cause and you. Can feel better energy.
Can't touch this.
Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that. Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz. And he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies DA improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Hey, Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
City TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV. City TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. City TV, it's your world.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. City Business News. Be informed.
Time now for City Business News on Eyewitness News, powered by citybusinessnews.com. My name is Nete Ajaho. Let's settle for the details. Mobile money transactions in Ghana totaled 550.4 billion Ghana cedis in the first 4 months of 2023. This is according to data from the Bank of Ghana. The central bank, in its May 2023 summary of economic and financial data, reports that the figure is an increase in the 331.2 billion cedis recorded during the same period in 2022. There's more in the following News Desk report.
For January 2023, mobile money transactions amounted to 130.1 billion Ghana cedis, up from 76.2 billion Ghana cedis in 2022. It increased from 76.5 billion Ghana cedis in February 2022 to 134 billion Ghana cedis in February 2023, and from 90.5 billion Ghana cedis in March 2022 to 147.5 billion Ghana cedis in March 2023. However, it decreased to 138.8 billion Ghana cedis in April 2023, as against the 87.7 billion Ghana cedis recorded for the same month in 2022. Transactions under the mobile money interoperability dropped to 3.15 billion Ghana cedis in April 2023 from last year's 3.32 billion Ghana cedis. The number of interoperability transactions also fell to 13.9 million in April 2023 from 14.2 million in April 2022.
That was a News Desk report filed by my colleague Neela Telati. Meanwhile, Professor of Finance at the University of Ghana, Professor Godfrey Bobking has attributed the increase in mobile money transactions to the reduction in the electronic levy charge from 1.5% to 1%. He's been speaking to City Business News.
This is consistent with the trend in terms of the arrival of the fourth industrial revolution predicated on network readiness. So the issue of digitization is coming home. Ghanaians are increasingly becoming accustomed to digitization, digital apps, because of the convenience it offers. And also the security around it is also quite good and enabling. But apart from that, I think government decision to reduce the e-levy to 1% while keeping the threshold have all contributed. So at the end of the day, you realize that people's behavior towards patronizing through transactions and digital apps and the rest of them will scale up. But the other good thing also is that normally when you introduce an intervention, after the few months or so, people begin to develop some kind of coping strategies. Others begin to even overlook it. So I think overall, it's in line. That is why initially when government imposed the e-levy, we felt that it was inconsistent with our digital drive. And that is an emerging area. We needed to grow it and then make sure that we find appropriate way of taxing the gains or the value addition from there. And therefore, so it's good news for us, and we expect that that is where the future is actually.
He also advised government to leverage the gains and create an enabling environment to attract digital foreign direct investment into the economy.
We still need a huge investment in the digital space, and Ghana is not attracting enough digital-related FDI, foreign direct investment into Ghana. The digital-related FDI flows are going to the big four on the continent, namely Egypt, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya. They are scooping almost 92% of all digital-related foreign direct investment to Africa. The other 9% or 8% is what Ghana and the other smaller countries are doing. So there is a need for us to position the country, the economy, as the best destination for digital FDI flows, so that we can leverage on our neighboring countries like Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, that have the market. We don't have the market, but we can create that enabling environment, take advantage of our peaceful environment, stable political environment, and leverage on sub-regional markets or even the regional market. Because if we did that, Ghana will be better positioned to take advantage of the African continental free trade, because we are talking about one big market today. So that is how we should be looking at it. And that is why we felt that the introduction of e-levy in 2022 was an ongoing in Ghana's drive for greater digitization.
That was economist Professor Godfrey Bobkin speaking there. Banking consultant Nana Champong has described as expected the central bank's decision to maintain the policy rate. This comes as for the first time this year that the central bank has maintained the key rate, which determines the rate at which the central bank will lend to commercial banks at 29.5%. He's been speaking on the issue.
I expected it in the sense that all the indications are that, you do inflation targeting. So what we are targeting has come down, but not to the expected level of 8 plus or minus 2. And so I didn't expect it to go up, or no, rather it would be reduced, but either be maintained or even inch up a little bit. So I think it's fine. The only problem is that it makes cost of money so very expensive for businesses. And in the situation you are in, we want businesses to expand and create employment. I think for now, it's a bitter medicine that we all have to swallow.
Banking consultant Nana Otue Champong speaking there. Ghana has for 3 consecutive years seen a decline in crude oil production, according to the 2022 Public Interest and Accountability Committee annual report. In 2019, over 71 million barrels of crude was produced, but the figure declined to less than 67 million barrels in 2020, representing 6.32%. It further declined to 55 million barrels in 2021, which is a 17.75% reduction, and then in 2022, it reduced to 51 million barrels. Addressing the media, the vice chairman of PIAC, Nasir Alpha Mohammed, indicated that there's a need for Ghana to speed up the sustainable development of its petroleum resources to reverse the decline in petroleum production.
For 3 consecutive years, crude oil production has been declining for 3 consecutive years. tariff. 2019, 7.1 years. 2020, it declined to 6%. 2021 to 55. 2022, 51. Yes, so it has been declining for 3 consecutive years. And as for this, I've just shown them using the graph. So declining the volume of this decline that and showing the percentage in decline, 17.75, all the way down to around 5.98%. Total petroleum revenue in 2022 is the highest for a single year since inception of petroleum production in Ghana, with a figure of 1.4 billion.
That was the Vice Chairman of the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, Piak Nasir Alpha Mohammed. And that's it for City Business News on Eyewitness News. It was powered by your most comprehensive business website, citybusinessnews.com. My name is Neteli Nete Ajaho. Have a good evening.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 2249